Well, welcome into the I14 Sports Report. We're going to call this State Championship Playoff Edition. I tell you what, oh, man, those Ellison Eagles are in the State Championship Playoff. They'll be playing tonight, Thursday night at 8:30 at the Alamo Dome against Summit. We'll talk more about that in just a minute, but I know y'all are excited about that. Hopefully you're listening to this on the way to the game or before the game. We'd love for you to do so. I'm going to put it out there so people can check into it and listen to it before the ball game starts, all right? Want to thank Alberto Jones, the head coach of those Ellison Eagles, for coming out and being on the show. Also had a few of the players. Jamyron Keller was out there. He's headed to Oklahoma State University to play basketball at the next level. Had the cheerleaders out there. Thank you to the cheerleaders and their sponsor for coming out. It was a great time at Raising Cane's in Harker Heights. Remember, you can hear this show on knct.org, public radio for Central Texas. And, of course, Thursday nights at 6:15 on 91.3. You can also check it out online. Any of the social media platforms, I14 Sports, and then look for the I14 Sports Report. And let's run down the information for that Ellison Summit ball game. Really interesting backstory on this. The Ellison basketball coach and the Summit basketball coach both played basketball at Ellison High School in the late 90s, and the both played for David Manley, the legend David Manley, at Ellison High School. So this is two old teammates meeting up in the semis of the state championship. It's just an unbelievable story, book kind of thing. It's really great, especially if you're like me and know both those guys. But it's going to be tonight, 8:30 at the Alamo Dome, and you can catch that online at the KISD. It's KilleenISD.org. And then click on the My 95, the KISD radio, and you can listen to the game there. I will also be putting a link up on I14 Sports so you can find the game there. But it will be on KISD radio, 95.1. So check them out. We'll tell you more about that in a couple of minutes, too. But Ellison playing for the state championship on Saturday, hopefully. But they got to get by the semis tonight against Summit. And let's talk about those Ellison Eagles a little bit. Mention some of these kids' name. Jamyron Keller, also Casey Garland, Adamola Oladopo, Dion Ware, Christian Wilkerson, Christopher White, Sean Parks, Jeremiah Jones, Derek Jones, Daron Leaks, Aziel McIver, also known as JoJo McIver, and Rashad Jackson and Isaac Green. Of course, great coaching staff over there with Coach Jones, Coach Collins, Coach Hernandez, my boy Chuck Damaris, also Coach Gilliam, and Coach Prater. Congratulations to all those guys, and, of course, Athletic Director Michael Wells and the Ellison principal, David Dominguez. Good luck to our Ellison Eagles. As if you can't tell, I was a 1981 grad. And coaching Mansfield is a graduate of Ellison, also Eamon Pritchett. So good luck to you, Coach Pritchett, but not against Ellison. I wish you good luck any other time, though. If you're wondering about soccer, well, right now it's looking pretty good everywhere else but the Killeen area. 12-6A boys, Pflugerville, Weiss, and Bryant have made the playoffs. So Waco and Temple are behind them. Harker Heights in a distant 6th or 7th place there. Best case scenario is Heiss gets in a tiebreaker, but it's going to be a long shot if they can do that. And that is, of course, in boys soccer. In girls soccer, it looks like this. They've already set the playoffs. Midway, Weiss, Bryan, and Hutto are all going to the playoffs there. 22-5A boys soccer, Lake Belton and Chaparral are up top. Shoemaker is behind them. So we've got some interesting things happening there. Games being played, but it looks like the playoffs are going to be the 4 teams, Waco U, and Lake Belton. And Chaparral may be able to get that outside spot, or Shoemaker. We'll keep an eye on that. Of course, like I said, if you want to listen to the Ellison-Mansfield Summit game, the semifinal game, Thursday night, tip is going to be about 8:30, and it's on My 95.1 FM or radio.KilleenISD.org, okay? You can check out the game there. And let me see, we run down the soccer. We've gone through the basketball playoffs. Baseball and softball district starts next week, so I'm going to be out all broadcasting some games from various places around the area. Different high schools, Shoemaker, Ellison, Harker Heights, Killeen, and, of course, Chaparral. Be broadcasting some baseball games from those places over the next 4 or 5 weeks. If you're interested in helping me out, send me a direct message to Dan Hall at I14 Sports, and we'll talk. But big thank you to KNCT for allowing me to come on each week and do this show and let the folks know in the local area what their kids are doing and how great our community is. Coppers Cove, great things happening over there. Temple and Belton, great things happening over there too. But right now, it's all about them Ellison Eagles. We haven't had a team make it to the Final Four since Ellison did it back in 1993. So 30 years later, the Eagles make the trip back. So good luck to our Ellison Eagles. Hopefully you're listening to this on the way to the game. Yell loud. I'll keep you up to date on the scores on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But let's get behind those Eagles. Let's get behind Killeen and tell everybody what a great place this is. All right? That does it for me. I will see y'all later on. See you next week. Enjoy your spring break next week, all right? I'll still be having the show, though. So tune me in next Thursday night. And always follow I14 Sports and support KNCT, your public radio station. Dan Hall saying so long. Take care of each other and take care of yourself. And go Eagles.